Okay, good morning everyone. Jobs before I go away and leave my axolotls for a week. If you've got adult axolotls, they're absolutely fine to be left for a week. But the first job, I'm going to feed for worm pots, or feed for wormery if you have one. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a top up of different soil. And actually they need some much drier compost next time, so next time I top them up they will have that. I'm then going to feed the worm pots with fish food. Before I feed the pots with fish food, I will take out some worms for today's feeding. So this is the pot I'm using at the moment. So turn them over, get out your biggest, wriggliest worms. I rotate pots so that I've got ones with worms growing on and ones with the current size that are ready to feed. So I'm going to get out at least 15, probably 20 worms. Okay, once you've done that, we're then going to feed them all with fish food. So let's just take out a few more. This lot looking quite healthy actually. Take some out of here. You don't want to give your axolotls so many worms that they die in the tank. But what I've done is I haven't fed them for several days, so that I can give them plenty to keep them going. Actually, it's quite a nice size in here. There we go. So that will do them for today. Then, decent pinch of fish food in each pot. So that's the axolotl's food looked after. Lid's back on and then go back away into my nice dark garage. Next step, feed as usual. So for me, that means rinsing the worms through several times and then they'll be ready to go. I don't have a meticulous tank because it's got live plants in. So for me, that's okay, ready to go. Okay, I turned the lights on about 20 minutes ago. So the axolotls knew it would be feeding time. That gives Jelly Bean the choice to go and hide somewhere if he wants to. And it gives the others the chance to come out for their food. So let's pop you down there for a minute. I'll get some worms ready. And we'll feed these guys. So all I'm going to do, my usual feeding routine, take several worms, give them a good rinse off. Someone's getting a bit happy. And then I'm going to drop them down in there. So you can see that's Jack's had 2 already. Greedy monkey. Let me just grab a couple more in for Lottie. It is very, very rare that I'd come back and find worms not eaten. I think it's happened twice in 4 years. And to be honest, it was only 1 worm each time. That's not going to damage your levels or anything else in a large tank. In a smaller tank, you do have to be more careful. Right, I think that's one last worm to put in. Drop that one somewhere near Mr. Lottie. So that is your tank and your axolotls ready for you to go away. All fed. And actually I am going to do one last thing. This week I bought some more floating weed because you'll notice I have quite a lot of live plants in here. Some planted in the soil, in the sand, some in pots. But I also like floating weed for the coverage. It helps keep the tank cooler. Oh, you are hungry today, Jelly Bean, that's good to see. So I've picked up some more weed for them. And all I'm going to do is take that out of the pot and pop it on the top of the tank. Now this stuff reproduces like mad, which is perfect for me because I'll always lose some in sort of water changes and things. So this will go in and give them that little bit of coverage. Now what I don't do before I go away is a water change. That might sound silly, but I only actually give these a clean out every 3 months or so. With that many live plants in, they have a pretty good ecosystem. So if things are going to go wrong and your stats and sort of your balances go all wrong, it's generally after a water change. So you don't want to do that and then leave them. I made that mistake years and years ago with a tropical aquarium and lost a lot of fish. So if you're going to water change them, several days before you go, so you can keep an eye on parameters. But what I will do is just make sure that the filter's okay. I can hear it's working. Yeah, it's all doing what I want it to do. So that's all fine. And that's it. I'll turn the lights off and leave them to it. So if you're going away this summer, can you leave your axolotls? Yes, they're absolutely fine for a week or so. If I'm away longer, I just have someone come in to put some worms in for them and check that the pump and filter is still working. So there you go. Happy holidays, everyone.